Monday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Oakland Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Check 3.
On 1st and 10, Newton. It's complete to Diggs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, you got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Newton to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Newton now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Newton. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. They'll run on 1st down. Ellison. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He was a 2nd-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a 1st-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the 2nd round. They got a steal with this player.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Clayton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a gain of 34. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On 2nd and goal, Brissett.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On third down, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And some room to work. There he goes, left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 57 yards. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2nd down and goal. Brissett. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I said just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. To throw again on second down. Newton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
If you're going to take a shot downfield, second and one's a perfect time to do it. If you're going to be in heavy run defense, you should have good windows to throw it downfield.
And it looked like there was something there right after the snap, but the defense able to recover. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And taken right on the 30. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Clayton. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Brissett. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Let's go.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continue.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Get ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Newton. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Here's Jacobs. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Brissett on first down. Dancing to his left. His throw caught. Right around the 6. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now Brissett. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
McManus's point after is good. And the route is on here in this first half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Newton. That one caught by Ellison. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To throw on 3rd down, Newton. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Off play action. Newton. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Newton. And he comes back with one complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now it's Newton. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. 25 yards that time.
We got this.
We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Out left, Ellison's got it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw is Newton. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. So we've come to... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Quick throw caught out wide by Renfro. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Brissett got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 51 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Play action. It's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd and 9. Brissett going right side here, and that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Brissett now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. On first down, it's Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Brissett. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely to start throwing the football. But I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure, because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in the East Bay. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Brissett. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. On 1st down, it's Newton. Completes it to Ellison to the right side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there, as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
45 yards. That's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he gets going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On second down, it's Montgomery.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Facing this fourth-quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Check the hot read.
On third down, they go Montgomery. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. On first down, Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Newton now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Newton now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
3rd and 2, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now on 2nd and 13. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's the Raiders punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. On 1st and 10, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Newton on 1st down. That is incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the